Sawadika, and very good evening, and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nabuna.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
So we'll begin the program with the latest developments of the border conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia. And the ongoing debate right now is whether to scrap the MOUs 43 and 44, which they say has been the main cause of the ongoing border tensions.
Yes, Ned, actually you covered it. We covered it as a Thai PBS that this is one of the hot topics that we always talk about between Thailand and Cambodia, no matter it's the demarcation on the land and the maritime demarcation too. So 43, MOU 43, 44, kind of a reason that we have to use bilateral mechanism to solve these issues. But right now we have questions.
Exactly. And earlier today, a Thai nationalist group, the Thailand Watch Foundation, submitted a letter to Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul today, urging the government to terminate MOUs 43 and 44 with Cambodia immediately on the grounds that Cambodia has violated the obligations defined in these two documents. The letter cited Cambodian missile and artillery attacks on civilian targets in Thailand during the 5-day armed conflict in late July, causing the deaths and injuries to Thai citizens and property damage, which violates the MOUs. In accordance with the Vienna Convention, the letter claims that such violations justify the unilateral termination by Thailand of the two MOUs. They also said that to protect such rights under the same convention, the Thai government must exercise such a right immediately instead of hesitating through the holding of a referendum to seek a public consensus or holding further talks with Cambodia. They even suggested immediate termination of MOU 43 to be effective in the next 8 months. It also noted that MOU 44 is an interim document and is unconstitutional because the Thai negotiators who signed the MOU did not have the authority to do so. So just to recap the differences between MOU 43 and 44, MOU 43 concerns border demarcation between Thailand and Cambodia, while MOU 44 concerns the maritime demarcation and joint development of undersea natural resources such as gas and oil, which are yet to be resolved. And after receiving the petition, Prime Minister Anutin said that he would study the details first. So this is the latest update regarding the termination of the two MOUs.
So we understand that as what you said, the Thai nationalist group right now urge the government to really just terminate both MOUs. But this is the hawkish stance from a Thai nationalist group, of course. But from the dovish side, no one really want to tear down the MOUs immediately because it means that we might have official war between Thailand and Cambodia because it's just the way to maintain the bilateral mechanism to really, give and take and pull and push right now. But of course, Prime Minister Anutin right now already said that, right, we need some time, we need to look into detail first. But this is kind of like a buffer zone between Thailand and Cambodia and to really mitigate the crisis right now. But another part we have to talk about is ASEAN summit, right, Ned?
Yeah, and we have to say that this issue is considered a very sensitive issue regarding the termination of the two MOUs and also the border conflict as a whole, because despite numerous talks, whether it's bilateral or multilateral, things have not really been resolved because you still see conflicts here and there, and even the discovery of the landmines along the borders as well.
And this time, of course, Foreign Minister Tihasa Phongkekgyal also had some discussions with various countries.
Exactly. He actually went to Malaysia last week for a 4-party talk, which involves Malaysia, the US, Thailand, and Cambodia. He did say, though, that the discussions went well and that the discussions were constructive and that each side would now return to discuss with their respective governments. But the real test right now is how the agreements will be put into practice, because there are so many agreements during the past few months. There are tons of agreements, whether it's the landmines, the border conflicts, the termination of the MOUs, but nothing has been taken into action at the moment.
Yes, it's kind of like right now we see the meetings between, as what you said, Thailand, Cambodia, United States, also Malaysia, of course, the chair of ASEAN this year. And actually, we have to talk about briefly on ASEAN Summit too, because it will happen by the end of this month, 26 October.
Yeah.
And we might see the US President
Donald
Trump attending this summit because, of course, he wants to get that historical role there to
be the peacemaker between Thailand and Cambodia.
To oversee the peace agreement between Thailand and Cambodia. But this is, I think it's the pre-meeting between, before the ASEAN summit that, head of states, they can meet each other there. But right now, it's the key that if Malaysia, Thailand, and Cambodia can really balance the role in ASEAN too.
Yeah, we have seen that Malaysia has been acting as a mediator between Thailand and Cambodia. But if President Trump does attend the ASEAN summit, that would be a huge moment because normally President Trump would not attend these kind of summits to begin with. So his attendance would mean something, not just between Thailand and Cambodia, but also ASEAN as a whole.
And don't forget China as well.
Yes.
Yes. So we will see that, of course, by the end of this month, we will have in-depth coverage there. But this time, in addition to diplomacy and border conflicts, we have to talk about economy too. And this time, I understand that we talk about it very time on Thai PBS World's programs, many programs there about Thailand's role in the economy. And right now, of course, we say that tourism is one of the drivers for Thailand's economy. And now Thailand's government wants to use so many leverage and mechanism to boost the tourism growth there. So the government is settling its sights on attracting 12 million foreign visitors over the next 4 months, driven by a series of major tourism events aimed at boosting arrivals during the high season. So the TAT, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, will attract more tourists with 4 key events leading the campaign: the Amazing Thailand Marathon, Maha Loi Krathong 2025, the Visit Chao Phraya Light Festival, and the Amazing Thailand Countdown. Following the success of Maha Songkran World Water Festival 2025, the TAT is investing 30 million baht in the Maha Loi Krathong 2025 celebration this November. The event will take place in Sukhothai and Ayutthaya and is expected to attract around 450,000 visitors, generating more than 800 million baht in revenue. Sports tourism will also take the spotlight with the Amazing Thailand Marathon 2025, featuring Olympic champion as event ambassador for a second year. The marathon is expected to bring in 36,000 runners from Thailand and abroad, generating close to 900 million baht in revenue. Another highlight of the season is the Visit Chao Phraya Light Festival, which will illuminate the Chao Phraya River from November 1st to December 15th with a 50 million baht budget and an extended 45-day schedule. The festival is projected to draw 1.5 million visitors and bring in 500 million baht. Of course, now we talk about the countdown for this year. Very important for Thailand to boost economic growth by tourism. But next, of course, we talk to so many people on the landscape, no matter economists or analysts. Thailand's economy right now, of course, driven by tourism and other sectors. But as what you covered too, fewer Chinese tourists coming to Thailand, fewer international visitors coming to Thailand. Will this really help?
Well, even though many economists have predicted that the numbers may not be so high, but then what we have noticed is that many tourism operators are targeting other markets instead, whether it's other Asian countries and those from long-haul flights, so like the US, Europe, and the Middle East. So the TAT itself has been trying to attract new market, not just Chinese tourists anymore. Even though they have been pouring in so many tourism campaigns to re-attract Chinese tourists back into Thailand, but the new focus right now is other markets.
Yeah, so what you said, I understand that TAT right now, they want to attract not just from China, India too, or
Yes.
other ASEAN countries, or Asian countries, as what you said, from European country and US too. So they are trying so hard, I
Yeah.
mean, TAT and the Ministry of Tourism there, to use high value tourism, this kind of concept to attract them. But as what we talked about at the beginning of this year, I remember that TAT
Yeah.
the ministry, they want to attract 39 million foreign tourists, but now it's down to 35.
Yeah, I think the number has already been revised because the Chinese market, which Thailand has been so reliant on, you cannot rely on that market anymore because Chinese tourists have diverted to other countries instead, whether it's Japan or Vietnam, because it's safer and cheaper for them. So right now, Thailand will have to focus on new markets instead.
Right. And in addition to tourism, we have to talk about the revitalization of the local Thailand's market.
Exactly, because apart from boosting tourism, boosting spending is also a priority for the current government. And the much publicized คนละครึ่ง Plus, or the co-payment scheme, has been introduced. But the good news is that the benefits will be expanded to public transport. The government's co-payment scheme can now be used to pay the fares of taxi, public vans, and motorcycle services after the finance ministry decided to expand its scope to cover public transport. However, the operators of these services are required to open a bank account with the state-run Krung Thai Bank, then link with its Thung Ngon application and apply for registration to join the co-payment scheme. And the registrations for these operators will start tomorrow. And if we look at the feedback of the co-payment scheme, a taxi driver told a Thai PBS reporter that he is interested in joining the scheme, hoping that it will persuade more people to use taxi services. A motorcyclist working at the Mochit bus terminal said that the scheme will not boost his revenue because the service operation is based on a queue basis and passengers cannot choose riders who have joined the scheme. Meanwhile, a food vendor in one community said that she was in the scheme since it was launched by the administration of General Prayut Chan-o-cha, and that she will certainly join the scheme again because it helps boost her business. And small business operators can apparently rest assured as they will not be hounded by revenue officials after Finance Minister Niti Thampraphat offered an assurance that the records of the business operators' co-payment scheme transactions will not be revealed to the Revenue Department. So Frank, this is good news for users because it will not be applied to small shops anymore.
Yeah.
Co-payment schemes can be used for public transport as well.
Yeah, so it means that, of course, people on the ground, like us, like you, of course,
Yeah.
like you can use public transport to buy co-payment scheme, which can really lower your cost. For smaller business people there, as what you said,
Yeah.
operators, they can, of course, they still get a lot of revenues from that too, because of course Thailand's government help. But at this time, for motorcyclists, that's what people say. So we see two views there, two sides there for motorcyclists because it's queue basis. They
Yeah.
wouldn't really get the revenue. So this is one of the problems maybe the finance ministry has to solve too for the public transport for motorcyclists. How can they get benefits?
Exactly. And also food delivery services
Yeah.
as well, because the คนละครึ่ง scheme will also be applied to these services as well. So it's public transport, food delivery, and small shop vendors that they will receive the benefits, and the people as well will benefit. So it's like both sides.
And very soon we will see the result of this scheme very soon to see how Thailand's economy will get boosted in terms of GDP too. Very soon we will see that at the beginning of next year, and we will have analysis.
All right, and that's all for this edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Join us every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live. You can also follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest stories and analyses about Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ